People praised her work, yet no one questioned why her customers kept coming back in pain. Until one quiet customer decided to pay attention, and what she discovered shocked everyone. Before Lita owned a salon, she was an apprentice under a popular stylist named Madame Joyce. She worked there for 4 years, but she did not learn much because Madame Joyce never trusted her with real customers. She allowed Lita to only sweep, wash hair, and run errands. Lita wanted to learn properly, but each time she tried to watch closely or practice, Madame Joyce shouted, "You are not ready. If I allow you, you will spoil someone's hair." Meanwhile, other girls who started after her were already styling customers and making small money on weekends. They bought new clothes and phones. Lita could not. Her mother sold roasted corn by the roadside. Her younger brother was often sick and needed drugs. Sometimes they slept without food. Yet Lita could not complain because she believed one day she would become a professional stylist and help her family. Then, one rainy season, Madame Joyce suddenly fell sick and closed the salon for 2 months. She did not pay any of the apprentices, and she told them to wait until she returned. Those 2 months were very hard for Lita. She stayed at home with no income, no hope, and no plan. She tried to help her mother at the Kumasi stall, but it did not bring enough money. One evening, she sat outside thinking about her life. Tears rolled down her cheeks quietly. She wondered if she had wasted her time. She wondered if Madame Joyce ever planned to release her or certify her. A neighbor who knew her story advised her, "If you are waiting for Madame to settle you, you may wait tired. If you know you can do this work, start small. Nobody starts big." That night, Lita did not sleep well. She kept thinking. The next week, she used the small money she had saved over the years and rented a very small wooden shop along the street. She cleaned it, arranged one small mirror, a plastic chair, and a stool. She borrowed a dryer from someone and bought basic products. Nothing was perfect, but it was hers. She opened her salon with a small handwritten sign outside. Lita Hair Palace, neat and affordable. The road ahead was not easy, but she told herself, "I will do everything to make this work." She did not know that this promise would later push her into decisions she never planned to make. When Lita opened her salon, she expected that once she braided hair for people, they would return again and again. That was how she believed businesses grew. She arrived early every morning, cleaned the shop, dusted the mirror, and waited with hope. In her first week, a few people came. Some wanted cornrows, some wanted simple weaving, and some came to loosen their old braids. They were mostly neighbors and church members who wanted to support her new business. She handled all of them gently and carefully. She did not rush or complain. She braided with patience the same way she used to dream of when she was still an apprentice. When each customer stood in front of the mirror and saw how neat and straight their hair looked, they smiled with pride. One said, "Lita, you have soft hands. You are good. I will come back." Another one said, "This is very neat. Let me snap picture." Someone even promised to bring her sister on the weekend. Those words made Lita's heart feel warm. She believed she was finally walking into her future, but 3 weeks passed and none of them returned. She waited every day, sometimes from morning until night, but no familiar customer walked in. At first, she thought maybe they were busy or planning to return when their hair got rough. She kept faith. However, she started seeing them in the street, in church, at the junction, in the market, at the roadside shops. Anytime she greeted them, they replied with joy, "My hair is still very neat. I am still enjoying it. Oh, it has not rough at all. You did a good job." Some even added proudly, "It's almost 1 month, and I have not changed it." They said it as a compliment, but to Lita, it was becoming a problem. People loved her work so much that they did not need to return soon. Some came only once in a month. Some came after 3 full weeks or even more. Her hands were neat, but her shop was not growing. Soon, reality started pressing her chest. Her shop rent was counting. She needed to buy products again. Transport and food money was increasing. Her mother needed support. Her brother was still sick often. She had no side income, no partner, no sponsor. She tried reducing her prices, but that only brought people who braided once and disappeared for several weeks. She tried offering free washing for returning customers, but nobody returned fast enough to enjoy it. One rainy evening, she sat alone in her salon, her head resting on the mirror table. She looked around the small space she built with her last savings, and fear entered her heart for the first time. She asked herself, can talent alone carry me? What if this shop closes like Madame Joyce's? What if all my years of apprenticeship became useless? How will my family survive? That was when she remembered the sentence Auntie Mariam once told her in the market months ago when she cried about her life. Repeat customers are the secret to survival. She repeated it softly to herself that night. Repeat customers, repeat customers. She lay awake on her bed, staring at the ceiling, thinking deeply about it. She did not sleep until morning. By the next week, her situation grew worse. Bills increased, customers reduced, new ones did not come often. She knew she needed to do something different, something that would make customers return faster, but she didn't know what it would be yet. All she knew was that she could not continue like this, and that was how the first dangerous idea entered her mind. Not as evil, but as survival. After many quiet days in the salon, Lita started watching how other stylists in the area ran their businesses. She noticed something she never thought about before. Some salons were always full, even when their work was not as neat as hers. Some customers went back to the same stylist every 1 or 2 weeks, no matter how painful, rough, or tight the hair was. Some even complained loudly, but still returned. That made her think, maybe returning is not always about perfection. One afternoon, while she was buying hair products in a local beauty shop, she overheard 2 stylists talking. "My customers always come back fast," one bragged. "No, because your braids know they last," the other replied, laughing. Lita walked out silently, but those words stayed with her. That night, she sat with her mother in their small sitting room. Her mother didn't know anything was wrong. She only said, "Lita, don't give up. God will help you." Lita nodded, but her mind kept wondering, what will make customers come back? What will make the hair get old quickly? What will make the scalp beg for a redo? Then she remembered something. During her days with Madame Joyce, she once saw her throw away a half-used jar of relaxer and complain, "This relaxer is too strong. If I use it wrongly, it will cause itching on the scalp." That memory lit a small spark in Lita's mind. She did not jump into the idea immediately. She spent days thinking, pacing around her small shop, checking her near-empty product shelf, staring at her rent reminder slip. After 2 more silent days and only 1 paying customer, the fear returned. If I don't do something, this salon will close. Market and bought a small jar of strong relaxer. Not because she wanted to damage hair, but because she believed if customers feel uncomfortable earlier, they would return sooner for relief or redo. She sat alone in her shop after closing time, placed the relaxer beside her normal hair cream, and stared at both containers for a long time. A part of her said, "This is wrong, don't do it." Another part replied, "You are not harming them. They will only come back faster. You are only trying to survive." She mixed a very small portion of relaxer into her regular cream, stirred it well, and transferred it into an unlabeled small plastic container so no one would ask questions. Her heart beat fast as she hid it inside her drawer. The next morning, her first customer came for box braids. When she finished, she rubbed a tiny amount of the new mixture on the scalp and edges. She did not explain. She did not advertise. She simply said her usual line, "This will make it last and shine." She did the same for the next two customers that week. At first, nothing happened, but 3 days later, she heard a familiar voice shouting her name from outside. "Lita, please help me. My hair is itching too much." Then another came that same evening. Then another the day after. They did not insult her. They did not suspect her. They simply begged for help. They all paid. She acted gentle and concerned. She told them, "It is normal. Some scalps are sensitive. Next time, we will use another method." Within 3 weeks, her salon changed from almost empty to always busy. What she wanted had started working, but she did not know she had opened a door she was not strong enough to close. Within a short time, Lita's salon became the busiest in her area. Women no longer carried their hair for 2 or 3 weeks. By the third or fourth day, they were already returning to her shop, scratching nonstop and begging for help. Some came very early in the morning. Some rushed in during lunch break from work. Some came looking worried, confused, or close to tears. Lita always welcomed them with a calm face, even though she already knew what they came for. "It's okay," she would say. "Sit down. I will fix it." They paid again, sometimes even more than before. Soon, every week felt like month end. Her pockets stayed full. Her shelves were always stocked. She upgraded her shop gradually. A new standing fan, a bigger wall mirror, a ring light for pictures, branded nylon bags for attachments, a new signboard outside. People outside even started calling her the caring stylist because she never ignored her customers no matter the time. And because so many customers were returning often, she came up with another money idea: itching treatment hair products. She bought empty containers, designed stickers with her salon name, and filled them with normal hair oil mixed with menthol and petroleum jelly. It brought short relief, and customers believed it was working. Soon she was earning from braiding, rebraiding, hair treatment sales. Her income tripled. She sent money home more often. Her mother prayed for her loudly. Everything looked like success until she got comfortable, then confident, then greedy.